What up, though? And welcome to Let's Talk Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt. Today is Monday, August 1st, 2022. For all my Gen Xers from the Midwest, y'all know what it is. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up. Hey, man, on deck for today's show. I recap week one of Lions training camp. Coach Mike's asked if his play cousin, Will Harris, has a legitimate shot at starting at cornerback, and LL looks at three young Lions that made the under the radar young players that could break out in 2022. But before we get into all that, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. Y'all know who it is. It's that ladies' pick, the men's regret. You ain't seen nothing yet. The high player from the Himalayas. It's my man, LL Cool Twins. What's going on, my dude?
What's up, Prowl Nation, and good morning.
Man, and y'all fresh off the camp they had this weekend for the Jackson Northwest Mounties, 3rd through 8th graders, I believe, out there holding it down. It's my man, who?
It's the Wolverine Lion coach, Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Hey, let's get this thing started
Right now.
There you go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
Welcome to Detroit.
Well, welcome back to the show, everybody. Curt is going to hit us off with a little bit of recap of the first week of minicamp.
All right. First week of training camp, man. Hey.
Training camp.
This starts we're back to 5 days a week, baby. So let's buckle up, Buttercup, and get this thing going. Here's your training camp recap for week one. Dan Campbell is still the man. I mean, he continues his traditions of doing up downs, and he knows that the team gets his motivation from him. He said it like, the team keys off me. I'm the leader of the team, and they get their motivation from me. And they look up, they see what I'm doing, and they thrive off of that. So you see what he's doing. He sees, Dan's still the man. Injury updates, man. Jameson Williams and CJ Moore remain on the non-football injury list, and Romeo Crowder, Jerry Jacobs, and Jason Kabinda, along with Josh Pascal, are on the physically unable to perform list. Pascal had surgery in the spring to repair a sports hernia, so he probably will most likely start the season on that PUP list. Dan Skipper returned to practice on Saturday from the non-football illness list, and he was the only player. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Taylor Decker sat out on Saturday after suffering a minor foot injury on Friday. Devin Funchess suffered a minor groin injury and missed some time at the end of the week. He hasn't returned back to practice yet. Undrafted free agent running back Greg Bell seems to have suffered it's a hip, leg, or back, or combination of all those things injury. And when I get some more status on these players' injuries, I'll let you know. But those are your injuries from week one of the training camp. So let's go over to the offense. So here's some of the notes I kind of gleaned from watching some of the highlights and from some of the reporters that's, writing things. All right, so Goff has command of the offense and is doing well in the 707s. Hawk, Sun Guy, y'all know who it is. The Whoopi and Cephas are showing out. They showing out. Cephas made one of the best catches I've seen. He probably got the catch of the camp already, and the camp just got started. All right, now, my man, Swifty is faster and better in this year's camp. So far, hands down, people have said that he's the best player that we have on the offense right now. Period, point blank. The dude is killing it out there. He says he's faster. He is more durable, but they're still kind of going to work on him on a pitch count to keep him healthy. I think this is the healthiest he's come into camp since being drafted. All right, now DJ Chark's fitting in nicely. He's getting some rapport with Jared Goff. So he's doing this thing, and he loves the professionalism of the team. Now that's coming off. That ain't hard to kind of beat, because coming from Jacksonville and dealing with Urban Meyer, that's easy to love the professionalism of the Lions right now. And Hulu, formerly known as Netflix, Craig Reynolds is the clear-cut running back number 3 at the moment, beating out those guys like Jamar Jefferson and the aforementioned Greg Bell and Godwin Ikwike. Those guys aren't it right now. Craig Reynolds is the clear-cut 3rd running back for the Lions. All right. On the defensive side of the ball, I talked about this guy when we talked about him last week. Patrick was released. Remember I said that? I said, how you gonna come into camp on the NFL list, man? You about to get cut. Oh, lo and behold, they cut him and brought in the offensive tackle. I mean, like I told you. All right. My man, Big Hutchinson, number 97, is as advertised. My man put Penei Sue in the spin cycle a couple of times when the practice was open to the public on Saturday. All right, girth at defensive tackle is a problem. Dan Campbell said, don't be surprised if the Lions go out and sign a bigger backup defensive tackle. All the guys that we have right now are right around 300 pounds, 295, right at 300, depending on the day of the week and how many sandwiches they ate that day, depending they going to weigh. So, but that girth at defensive tackle, Dan Campbell said, don't be surprised if we go out and look to add another beefy player at that position, because the only guy they got right now that's got that girth is Aleem McNeil. Okay, Will Harris, and we'll talk about him more in depth a little bit later, is battling Jeff Okudah for the outside corner position opposite Amani Oruwariye. Questions still remain at linebacker. Man, we know they see that coming. If he is now officially a safety, period, point blank. And here's something that I didn't think I would see. And the players did it themselves. The defensive line used Matt Patricia's heel that he made, and they did some work on that heel by themselves after practice on Thursday. So they went up, was running, walking down, working on that heel. All right. Here's some little notes from the coaches. AG and Deuce Staley already chirping at each other. Already going back and forth, man. And they're getting those players hyped. Season ticket holder practice on Saturday was packed. And it raised the competition level. I think I said it was almost like 2,500 people. It was the biggest crowd they ever had for the season ticket holder practice. All right, now the coaches have moved up some of the schedule because the team is further along than they were last year. MCDC said the team is growing up fast, so they can go ahead and look at moving some schedule up. One of the things was, getting some of those red zone drills and 2-minute drills, some of those situations where they can put some more pressure on them, pressure situations. They moved the schedule up a couple of days because the team is a lot farther along than they were last year. Only one person, and that was Dan Skipper, failed a conditioning test at the beginning of camp because he couldn't run because he was sick. And last but not least, to recap and go ahead and get into week 2 of the training camp that starts today. Guess what happens today? We put the big boy pads on today. No more PJs for the Lions, man. I'm so happy for that. Man, we're gonna get to see some knocking around. They still don't want to hurt each other because they on the same team, but they get to put some pads on. And one thing that is of note for safety, this year's the first year the NFL has introduced the padded, the halo pads for the helmets for safety precautions. You've seen them in college, but this year the NFL has introduced them, and they're for the individuals that lining up in close contact with each other on the line to help prevent, concussions and stuff like that during training camp. So those guys on the line are wearing those safety halo pads on their helmets just to be safe. It's all over the league. It's not just the Lions, but the league has introduced those things and for safety concerns. And that is my week 1 recap of training camp. What you got there, LL?
No, just about the halo pad things. Like, can they wear them in the game or is it just for practice?
Practice.
It's practice.
Okay.
Practice.
Yeah, we wear those in practice too. So yeah.
And that's kind of like a top USA football, kind of a top down thing. If they weren't they should be winning at the highest level. If they weren't at the lowest level, it's one of those things where it's a safety precaution where they're lining up and they don't, because things happen, people bump heads and stuff like that. But you want to keep it light and you want to keep those players healthy. But that's a week 1 recap, man, for training camp. I am so excited, man. I'm gonna tell you, thing got me pumped up last night. If you ain't seen it yet, go over to Detroit Lions YouTube channel or their Facebook page or their Instagram, the week 1 highlight video and the speech that my man Swaggy giving that thing. Because you ever heard Swaggy get pumped up. He always usually joking. He's talking about anime or he's being goofy, dancing, yada, yada. Man, that dude, he is a leader on this team.
Yeah.
He is a leader on this team.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave an impassioned speech. And man, I couldn't even go to sleep last night. I was so pumped up. I watched that thing about 20 times, man. I'm ain't gonna lie to you. But the mentality of this team is changing. And that's my biggest takeaway from training. The mentality and the way things have went on. If you want to have see a really good recap of what happened at Allen Park, go over and check out Dosa Dion. He was over there. He had a training camp, week 1 recap, man, and he got to meet Brad Holmes, and he met Sheila Hamp. He met Sheila. It was just a really good recap, and you get some notes, you know what I'm saying, he's our LNU mate over there. So go over there and check that out, man. But what do you guys got to think about the week 1? You know, what you guys saw?
I saw a lot of good things, man. There's a lot of positive reports coming out of camp, man. It's just, I'm just glad to see that your boy Swift is looking good, that he's looking explosive. That's one thing that's going to really help this team is the fact that we can rely on that running game. We can rely on Swift. We can rely on Williams. We all know we can rely on Williams, and we can rely on Craig Reynolds because that boy is showing up. Craig Reynolds is showing up right now. That boy, you know, and that's just, man, it just made me feel good, man. And just to hear that Hutchinson is doing what any number 2 pick is supposed to do. I know a lot of people were hating on a Hutchinson pick, like, oh, he's a Michigan guy going to the Lions. That's typical, you know what I mean? And I'm like, nah. He came here, and that boy, he's the best player in the draft. I mean, period. So Hutchinson came here, and he's doing what he's supposed to do because of his explosion, his aggressiveness is being channeled, and is being up here. You know, he might go to another team and it might not be on display like that, but they letting him be himself. They're letting that dog come, and he's just embracing the culture, man. The culture's embracing him. And I'm just happy, man. All the reports coming out of camp are good. I mean, you know, they will be good coming out of camp. You know, you in pajamas and stuff like that, man. So everybody look good right now. I'm just happy the team is clicking, and Dan Campbell is ready to go to the next step. You know, in situational football, man. He feels like the team has progressed past what they were gonna do, and he's ready to go to the next step, man. So that lets you know right there. Hey, they on board, man.
Right. Everything I haven't seen very much. I've been reading a lot of the articles, but everything I've been reading, in every article, just about is 2 main things: Aiden Hutchinson playing well, showing out, and Coach Mike's play cousin Will Harris impressing people. So, you know, I'm excited. I like everything that's coming out of camp. The only thing that I didn't really like, they were saying that outside of the spectacular catches, they were saying that Cephas is clearly our slowest wide receiver and things like that. And just going on like this, how slow he is in certain drills and stuff like that. But everything else, he's showing his hands, he's showing his ability to run routes and everything like that. So I'm just excited. I'm glad to hear things like Swift is our best player on offense, because that's what I'm looking forward to, you know, running that ball a whole lot. And I'm glad to hear that Aiden Hutchinson is doing what he's supposed to do. Second pick, you know, like Coach Mike said, doing what he's supposed to do. Maybe we shouldn't give him a cookie for doing what his second pick's supposed to do, but I'm excited. So he can have all the cookies he wants. I'm not paying for him now, but you know.
Yeah. The one thing with Aiden Hutchinson, we'll close this out. Like you say, he's doing what he's supposed to do, but one thing that stands out for him as far as the veteran players is that he has a workman type of, you know, mentality. He comes in, he does his work, he asks for help, he watches film, he gets his extra, you know what I'm saying, from the veterans, and keeps his mouth shut, keeps grinding. But, you know what I'm saying, he's not a shy, humble kid, you know what I'm saying. He gets in there, he does his work. He's not a braggadocious dude, but he's not gonna dumb himself down because he's a rookie. He's not gonna, step to the back because he's a rookie. No, he's supposed to be out there shining because he is the number 2 overall pick. So he should be doing that. He should be running with the ones. He shouldn't be on the bench. He shouldn't be playing behind somebody else. He should be the starting defensive end for the Detroit Lions. So he's doing what he's supposed to do, and that's what you should be expecting out of the number 2 overall pick. And with all that being said, it's time to go ahead. Hey man, if you like this video, go ahead, click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We're on the march to 4K, man. And for everyone who watched that last recorded video, y'all pump that thing up, man. We got a lot of good comments from that, man. Even got some love from a Dallas fan on the last video that we had. So go ahead, man, and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, what you're waiting for, it's free. It's free. If you need more free, it's free 99 and 50 free cents. Now, the family discussion topic for today is what or who stood out the most during the week 1 of training camp for you. So let us know in the comments down below. Y'all know y'all gonna do it in the chat during the premiere, but we talk about that comment section, man. So go ahead and drop us a comment. Y'all know how we do. We pick 6 of those things to go on the next show. Okay, now it's time. I hear that music. Oh man, they're yelling. It's time for a man to come to the mic and step up and do his thing. It's my man LL Cool Torrance. What you got for today, my guy?
Man, thanks for the intro, Curt, on this illustrious Monday. But this topic, it comes from an article written by Rivers McCown, but it's speaking about every year. Well, the article, the headline says, ranking the top 25 NFL prospects in 2022. So I'm just going to read just a tiny bit of it. It says, every year, Football Outsiders puts together a list of NFL's best and brightest young players who have barely played. About 80% of draft day discussions are about first-round draft picks, and 10% are about the players who should have been first-round picks, but instead went in the second round, particularly if they're quarterback. So this is the 16th anniversary of the list. We're relying on the same things we always relied on: scouting, statistics, measurables, context, ceiling, expected role, and what we hear from other sources. Here's our full criteria for the top 25. So this is their criteria for how they made this list. Drafted in the 3rd round or later, or signed as an undrafted free agent. Entered the NFL between age 26 or younger as of September 1st, 2022. So with that criteria, we actually had 3 Lions make this list. First on this list, or highest on this list, is our starting defensive tackle, Aleem McNeil, age 22, drafted in 2021, pick 72. And he has played 422 defensive snaps. Our second player on this list is number 11, Julian Okwara, outside linebacker, of course, age 24, drafted 2020, pick 67. He's played 431 defensive snaps. And our last player on this list is one spot right behind Julian Okwara, and that's Ife Melifonwu. And they have him listed as a cornerback, but he may be our starting free safety this year. And he comes in at age 23, drafted 2021, pick 101, and he has played 243 defensive snaps. So along with everything that we've been saying here on the channel, just pretty much every show, or almost every show, that the future is very, very bright. We have 3 of the top 25 prospects in the league. I think that's pretty damn good. If this was the Yankees or the Cubs or the Tigers or anything like that, they had 3 top prospects in a farm system, we'd be hearing about it every day, because we're coming up real close on MLB trade deadline. So, just these prospects could be very important to us. Is there any prospects that were left off the list, if we could think of any, or what do you guys think about the ones that made the list?
I think they got it right for right now. I don't think the other guys have done enough to kind of make this list. I think still, I would like Derek Barnes to be on this list next year, but I think that he hasn't done enough yet to be on this list. I think that these 3 guys are probably right where they need to be. They had the big flashes last year. When he was healthy, he was hanging with Devontae Adams before he went down with the injury. I think he has the ability and has the most pure athletic ability of our defensive backs. You look at the size, the speed, the guy's like 6'3", 200 pounds. I mean, he can fly. So he has that, the the most athletic of our defensive backs. You look at Aleem McNeil, Aleem the Dream. The dude is a beast. The dude is he's athletic for that 330-pound body. The guy can get skinny. He can wreak havoc in the run game and the passing game. I think he's a future star in the league, just hands down. And then you look at a guy like Junior Okora. He has the tangibles, but he has to put it together. That's my thing. He can be better than his big brother. To be honest with you, he's more athletic. He has the length and the size. He has the speed, but he has to get out there and put it all together on the field. We saw flashes last year, had the interceptions and things of that nature, what he was doing, but he has to put it together. He can definitely be one of the outside linebackers for the Detroit Lions. He has the flexibility and the where he can play outside linebacker, or he can put his hand in the ground and play edge. So he could be a stand-up outside linebacker, but he has to be able to be consistent. And I believe with the coaching that we have right now with Kelvin Shepherd, he can be our next star at linebacker for the Detroit Lions as far as the outside. So those three guys, they got it right. What you got, Coach Mike?
Yeah, I think the one that just stands out most to me is Julian Okora. Julian Okora is a guy who I think for first and second down, they're trying to move the Sam linebacker. I think that's perfect position for him because of his athleticism, because of our lack of depth at linebacker. We need an explosive playmaker at linebacker, and he is the best athletic linebacker that we have. So I'm just excited for that transition. I'm glad that our coaching staff has recognized the transitions that make people better. I think that's the biggest thing that I've noticed from this coaching staff is they got an eye. They are honed in completely, and they know where players fit best at. And we're gonna get to that next segment. But I'm just glad for Julian Okora, man, because he can really kind of bring this linebacking core together, man, and he can be that third down edge rusher. Put him on the edge and let him rush off third down, but first and second down, man, Okora, he can be out there, linebacker, man, and I like it, man.
And of course, if you guys like this content, go ahead and throw us a couple of likes, leave us some comments and everything like that. We are still on that march to 1 million, but the first stop on that march to 1 million is 4K. Go ahead and help us out, help us get there. And what do we got next, Coach Mike?
Y'all know what we got, man. Hold on, let me. The champ is here. Hey, we got your boy
might
Will.
have some theme music.
No, we got your boy Will Harris, man. He is, man. That's my cousin. Okay, now don't try and claim him now. Don't try and claim him now. Yeah. Will Harris. I think he has been kind of the most underappreciated defensive back since Nevin Lawson. People been on Will Harris. Yeah. Looking there, yeah. People.
Nevin Lawson wasn't good.
Exactly. But I'm just saying, hated on and just downplay. I think him and Nevin Lawson is kind of neck and neck. And but you know what? A lot of that has been brought on by himself, for his lackluster play at safety. But I'm glad that Aubrey Pleasant, I'm glad that Aaron Glenn seen that, Will Harris just ain't no safety, dog. And they moved him to corner, and he's shining. In a lot of reports, he's defending passes from Jared Goff, which means he's getting first and second team reps. Man, yeah. So that's just good, man. I just want to let y'all know when he came by my house the other day. All right, he told me he was gonna step it up, okay? And he said, "Hey, I'm gonna step it up." And right now, he is even challenging Jeff Okudah, okay, for that outside corner spot. I think that person that Will Harris would serve best in the slot. I think that him having, that limited field and having more help on the inside and not being stuck on the outside, on an island would serve him better. Even though Will Harris does have that size, he is a bigger guy. He does have that size to play, and that's a lot of what we want right now in our DBs, man. But shout out to the coaching staff as well again for just making the switch, right? For making the switch. We're seeing Will Harris and seeing Iffy and being like, you know what, y'all got to flip flop, y'all got to switch it up. And I'm just glad, man. But you know what? I think y'all might owe Willie an apology. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, yeah, because y'all was kind of lobbying that, like, please don't let this brother make the team. Please don't let him make the team. We don't want him out there like that. What y'all got to say about that, man?
All right, man. First of all, shout out to Will Harris for doing this thing. However, comma space, I don't owe that shit. He got to show me in the game, dog. He got to show me in the game. I feel you what you're saying. I hope he has some success at corner. I get you what you're saying. And I understand what you're saying with the coaching staff. I like the way that this coaching staff is better than the last coaching staff because they can look and have the vision to see, hey, man, this guy might not be in the right position. He's playing out of position. Let's go ahead and switch him over to see, because every time a player comes in the league, and that's the league they came in, that's the position they came in from college, doesn't mean that's what they're going to be best at in the pros. So I applaud the vision of RB Pleasant and of Aaron Glenn of, kind of moving these guys around. But Will Harris going to have to show me, man, because right now I'm still not convinced that he could be. I'm not convinced he could be a starting cornerback in the league. And to be honest with you, Mike Hughes is going to be our starting slot cornerback. So he's not going to beat out. I don't think he can beat out Jerry Jacobs to be our starting slot corner. That's it. Jerry Jacobs balled last year. Say what you want to be. I know he's short, but Jerry Jacobs balled last year. So he had one of the. He's well above Will Harris as far as our PFF ratings for our defensive back. So very good in coverage, very good ball skills, and he plays aggressive. Jerry Jacobs is a dog, you know what I'm saying? So, but looking at this, man, I'm happy that he's finding success playing corner. I'm happy for him, but he's just gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't from Missouri. I'm from an M state. I'm from Michigan, and you're gonna have to show me out there on the field when the pads come on, because everybody can be good in pajamas. What you got, LL?
Please allow me to take this time to use Will Harris to also diss Jared Goff. Could it be that maybe Will Harris is looking okay at corner because of y'all's friend Goff? This ain't, Goff is being Goff, and Will Harris is taking advantage of Goff being Goff. I don't know. I just said that to be funny, but like I said earlier, everything I've read about camp is two main things. Aiden Hutchinson is showing what he can do as far as defensive talent, and Will Harris impressing at positional switch. So I'm excited. Whatever it is, of course, I've been saying it this whole time. Whatever's clever, if he can help us out at cornerback, if we don't start at cornerback, we got another one that can come in and play. However it goes, we just don't need to play him at safety, obviously.
Yeah, you don't need to be in that back in the defense, man. That's one thing.
Yeah, man.
Stay your ass from back there.
I'm just glad they made the switch, man. And you know what? He's turning out to be, one of our more versatile DBs, man. He can play inside, outside. He can play safety number 6. You know what I'm saying? So,
number 6. Yeah, that's right. Way down.
So,
Way
right
down the depth chart. Way down the depth chart.
Right behind Breeze. So, but I'm just happy for him, man. I'm happy he's finding success, man, and he knows.
You know what? I am. Me too. I'm happy. He is too.
Yeah. He was over here and he let me know the deal, man. So if you like this content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. Help us get this content out to more Lion fans like yourself, man. We on that march. We marching. The season about to start. We trying to get to over 6 of them things before week 1. So hey, drop a comment and let us know what's up, man. So what you got up next, Curt?
All right, man, pay some bills, man. Hey, if you want to get yourself some Lions gear, because the season about to start. We're in preseason mode, man. Hey, you got NFL football this week, baby. It's coming up. Hall of Fame game on the 4th, man. Preseason. The rest of the preseason is going to start next week. So go on over to fanatics.com. You know where I get my gear at, man. Go ahead and get yourself some Lions gear. Link in the description below. A portion of the proceeds from that link going to help us grow the channel, the content on this channel. If you want to go on over and get yourself some great gear, go to Lions Nation Unite, man. LNUshop.com. And while you're over there, man, you can go ahead and I don't know what you're waiting for. If you haven't subscribed to LNU, I don't know what you're waiting for. You can check our show out, Dose of Dion, and all of your favorite Lions content creators right out there over on the Lions Nation Unite app. If you want to just fellowship with some fellow Lions fans, you can meet Lions fans from all over the globe right there on LNU, man. It's the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. They set up meetups at games and people just congregate and meet and have fun. And if you want to chill out with the crew right here in Detroit Lions of the Prowl, hang out with us in the game day chat, man. We go over there and we chop it up during the game and have some fun. So LNU, y'all know what it is. Y'all can get it in your Google, Android, or Apple App Store, or go to lionsnationunite.com if you're on your web browser. If you want to get yourself some Prowl Nation gear, go on over to lionsontheprowlshop.com. Get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. If you want to hang out and just read some content, because your boy, I'm writing a little bit of stuff over there, go to DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com, man. Check out our content over there, man. We'll be bringing you more and more content right there on that website. And, you know, it's just going to chop it up and just, you know, break it down and have some fun right there on the website. Now, we paid all them damn bills, baby. Now it's time to us to zip our lip and hear what you had to say about the last show we did. It's time for them comment cards, baby. First up, we got William Fitzpatrick. Man, that's a good Irish name right there, boy. He says, I don't think Holmes and Campbell would do this after what happened to our depth last year. Kick rocks Dallas. Okay, you're talking about the potential trade of Quintez Cephas. Yeah. And to LL, I don't think his speed really matters. Because you got to have other receivers that can do other things. He has other tangibles, like his hands are great, and he can body people out of the way to get the ball. So I think that's what his skills that make the difference for him.
All right. Oh no, you know I want him to stick around. I'm just saying what they were saying about you know, him and Kemp so far. But thanks for the comment, William. Next up, Richard or Curt's cousin, play cousin says, Richard Steele says, I am not leaning toward the Lions taking Stroud. Barrett is probably just an understudy and also possibly in Detroit to help prepare for games. Yeah, I don't know. I said it even then, like it's probably no connections at all because I'm not even sure if they have connections as far as systems go. But it was just something to talk about. Thanks for the comment, Richard.
The notes I seen coming out of camp was that he was kind of like playing that fourth, like quarterback, like throwing to, you know, receivers and stuff like that. That's what he was doing in camp so far.
Okay. Kevin Ayers says, Quintez Cephas is much better receiver than Trinity Benson. I agree. Better all-around football player. Hope he makes the roster. You are correct about being linked to Bob Quinn. And that's the only thing that really kind of, you know, stood out to me, you know, is that, see, this is the Bob Quinn guy. Trinity Benson was made the trade by Brad Holmes. So, you know, that's just what it is. It's recognizing the real.
Okay. All right. John Kapler says, I have a better chance and see me as an NFL quarterback than anything coming out of Alabama or Ohio State. Here's my measurements. Almost 5'8" and 138 pounds, sopping wet. Man, that I did. Now, it may not be true of all these cats, but you can look and you can see that it's just you haven't seen a great Ohio State or Alabama quarterback in the league. I mean, I haven't, as any one of them cats besides Joe Namath. That was the last great Alabama quarterback to play in the NFL. And you look how long that was. He played in what, Super Bowl 2, 3, right, whatever it was. I mean, damn. I'm just saying.
Right. Daniel Blackburn says, I know the 2023 draft is a year away, but with the state of our quarterbacks at quarterback, would you consider drafting 2 quarterbacks next year, even if golf lights it up? Thanks, guys. Love the show. Only wish I could tune in more. Good thing, Daniel Blackburn. All of the shows are right there on the channel, so you can watch them whenever you get the time, man. But as far as drafting 2 quarterbacks, if golf balls out, no. I think I understand why you might be saying that, but no, I don't agree with it. But thanks for the comment.
Hey man, I'm on whatever we got to do to get Tim Boyle up out of here. Dan Spano Dan Spano says there's no way they brought in JT to coach Stroud because there's no guarantees we'll be able to draft him. Given our easier than normal schedule and the amount of wins we think we'll have, we could have to give up the farm to move up high enough to get him. I'd rather draft Will Levis or Levis. I'm
Yeah,
not sure how to pronounce
that's
that.
his guy right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll leave us.
Okay. We'll leave us a little farther down in the draft over any Ohio State QB. They never work out at the next level. And you know what? I just don't put the stigma on quarterbacks because you could have put that on Oregon's quarterback Herbert. You know what I'm saying? You could have put that on Herbert because of Joey Harrington, because of Mariota. You could have been like, But you know what? Every quarterback is his own guy, and the situation does matter. So, just keep that in mind.
Definitely. I feel you, man. I feel you on that. Hey, man, if y'all haven't done so already, man, I don't know what y'all waiting on. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. We're on that March to 4K, man. And now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, because we know we did my favorite segment, and everyone else is supposed to be his favorite segment, is Dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Man, you can go over and check it out on Facebook. The link's in the description below. If you don't do the Facebook thing, you can just put in Delightful Bites 18 over there on Instagram or TikTok, and you can see all that beautiful dessert footage. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. All right, so we got a lot of condolences to go over right quick, man. Condolences to the family of William White, former Lions safety and Ring of Honor member, passed away from his ALS. The great Bill Russell passed away this weekend as well, 88 years old. And everybody's first crush from my generation, Lieutenant Uhura, Nichelle Nichols, the only Black person that starred on Star Trek back in the 60s, man. She passed away this weekend as well. She was 89 years old. But our condolences go out to all of those families, man. And on a brighter note, I gotta say happy birthday to my man Tristan. Tristan Williams turned 21 today, man. You can go ahead and get legal today, man. Get yourself a beer, get yourself whatever you need today, man. So happy birthday to Tristan. And I would like to make an announcement today is the Curt Steele annual cap switch up for August. I do it at the beginning of every season. That means I will wear a different cap each show for the month of August. That's almost 20 caps that will be worn throughout the week. It will be a different cap each day, and keep track because we're gonna make an announcement on Friday. So keep track of which caps I wear which day, and we're gonna make a special announcement on Free for All Friday about the cap switch up. But again, happy birthday to my man Tristan, because this is all those families of those loved ones that we know that were pioneers in the entertainment industry, in the sports industry, and our beloved William White of the Detroit Lions. Now it's time to go ahead and take a walk on over to that wall of fame, baby. First up, we got my man Marcus, who just celebrated his anniversary. Y'all know who that is. That's the king of everything. He's the everything king. Happy anniversary, 12 years to you and your wife. My man Detroit Drew. We got Sage Sherrod Roberts, Shane Osano, and Dan Spano. Silver members, we got my man Cap Ice Coast, John Martin, Henry Wallace, and the Batman of the 313. And the gold members, we would have my man Michael Huck, Larry McQuiston, North End Ken, just in the D, Michael Lewis, Lady Lionor, Douche Baggia, and the Dr. Detroit. He is always in. Go ahead and click that join now button in the description to become a member of the Wall of Fame, man. And those gold members meeting be on fire, man. So go ahead, go on over, and if you want to get in on those, go ahead and click that join now button, get yourself on the gold members Wall of Fame. But now it's time for final thoughts for today's show, my man LL. What you got, my man?
Real short, real sweet. Happy Monday. Go Lions. And thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure that y'all tuning in because we're back to the full week slate.
Yeah. I just want to say August 8th. That's all I'm going to say. August 8th. Easton Craig, our starting captain and defensive end, outside linebacker. We got a date. We got a date, boy. Oh yeah, we running the 40. Yeah. Coach Jones and Easton Craig is running the 40.
Uh-oh.
The
challenge has been made.
I challenged them. We're gonna run the 40. Coach Jones turns 39 in September. Easton Craig, he's 17 or 18. Hey, we're gonna see what it is.
Okay.
Stay tuned. I'm gonna post a video too, so stay tuned.
40 running the 40. Okay. I ain't doing that. I'm 50. I ain't running now another 40. But all that being said, man, thank you guys for checking us out right here on Detroit Lives of the Prowl, man. Go ahead, follow the crew on your favorite social media websites. They're up on the screen. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Man, if you know what I'm saying, and the summer is grinding hard, man. So if you want to just cool off a little bit, go on over and check out LL's Instagram page, you know, saying get your thirst quench right quick. But all that being said, man, we are happy to be back 5 days a week, man, and we're gonna be grinding it out for you with more training camp coverage. We'll give you the recap of what happened yesterday, tomorrow, and don't forget next week we got Hard Knocks recap is coming. So we're gonna recap all the Hard Knocks coverage. Hard Knocks starts next week, and we're gonna have all of that grinded out news and notes from Hard Knocks, man. So tune in and check it out. But with all that being said, it's Monday. So get ready, get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you probably already had at least 2 meetings this morning that could have been emails, man. But you know what I'm saying? I digress, man. If you're getting a little bit overwhelmed at work, man, take a deep breath, let it out. Just take a step back. If you're getting overwhelmed, man, if you need some help, ask your coworker, ask your supervisor to get some help, man, because asking for help is a sign of strength and not weakness. And supervisors, don't be afraid to ask for help too, because supervisors need help too. Don't overwhelm yourself just trying to be a leader, because every now and then leaders need help too. But with all that being said, man, I know y'all enjoyed y'all lunch today. We enjoy having y'all for lunch. Pass, come on today, man. Can't wait for that today. Hey, man, got them crumbs on your face, man. The napkin. Them crumbs off your face. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For the panel, this is Curt Steele, and I will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.